Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, a tour along the Packers' defensive line continues as we welcome Karl Brooks to the big show. What the heck happened during that rough first half against the Vikings? Well, we'll get Karl's thoughts. And what are the fixes so the Packers don't have a repeat performance as they gear up for the Rams? Karl will definitely let us know. Plus, Karl will be on the clock as part of tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's time to get started. So, hey, Karl, come on in.
Good Monday evening. Welcome back to the Fox Club. We're hanging out inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium here in Grand Chute, Wisconsin. This is the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the home to Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Hey, win, lose, or draw, we're going to have a good time, right? How's everybody feeling tonight? Let's hear ya. A long season. 13 more games to go, so don't sweat it. I'm sure the guys in Green Bay will be just fine. But we'll talk about our yesterday and what's to come with our guests. But first things first, as I always do, I want to give a big shout-out to our high-fivers, we like to call them. They are also our high school team of the week. Give it up for members of the Kaukauna girls volleyball team. There they are. The Galloping Ghosts are here. All right, so we'll get to know the Ghosts here a little bit later in the show, but I do have to mention it. Vikings 31, Packers 29. A valiant and furious second half comeback attempt fell short for the Packers, who committed just too many mistakes in what turned out to be a wild NFC North matchup on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Vikings jumped out to a 28-0 lead, scored touchdowns on 4 of their first 5 offensive possessions before Green Bay turned the tables. Scored the game's next 22 points. But in the end, 3 interceptions by Jordan Love, fumble, pair of missed field goals, litany of other mistakes, unfortunately doomed the Packers, who dropped to 2-2. Well, the Vikings, what's going on with them? They're now 4-0 on the season. There's Vikings fan. He's sitting right over there. Maybe you want to let him have it right now, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, Mean Gene's already all lathered up, isn't he? So, but that's life in the NFL, right? It's a week-to-week league. There will be weeks like this, but Green Bay doesn't have time to wallow as it turns its attention to a big NFC North showdown. A West Coast trip to Los Angeles coming up to face the slumping Rams. Mad Vince is in the house. We haven't seen Mad Vince in a while. He doesn't like losing football games, but he loves when his guys are here, right? And he's got one of those big guys up front again. Our tour through the Packers defensive line continues, and we're going to get him up here in a few short moments. But how about a big round of applause for our guest, Green Bay Packers defensive lineman, Karl Brooks. He's right over here. All right, looking forward to meeting Karl. First visit to the show, and he has no idea what he's in store for, right? It's going to be one of those weird shows again. So first, I want to thank again our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Local IQ. Cellcom is your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most. With a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care, they are more than just a wireless carrier. They are technology with a heartbeat. Visit cellcom.com to learn more. And with over 20 years of digital marketing experience, Local IQ delivers results through cutting-edge innovation. Now, featuring AI-powered solutions to help you attract, convert, and retain more customers with their award-winning technology. I think I'm going to skip this next quick segment and just get right on to the show because we don't really want to be talking.
No.
Do we have to do this?
No.
Do I have to do this?
You have to do it, yeah. It's in the contract.
What contract is it that you keep talking about? I've never seen this contract.
That I wouldn't even want to be here.
You're making it up. Well, it is the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is Chicago Bears fan. It's Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
I sense your anger like things didn't go your way yesterday. I don't know, Brett.
You know what? Karl just booed you, too.
Is he?
He was glaring you down.
Well, he got cupcakes over here. He's good to go.
He's glaring you down. Well, congratulations. Your Bears, I guess, not really an impressive win, but they won. They won.
They did, and now they're in last place with the Packers.
Hey, what's the scouting report on the Rams, by the way?
You want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
You guys all know Matthew Stafford. Pressure the guy. He'll throw picks.
That guy right there.
Just got to pressure him.
He's going to
make mistakes.
Maybe about 5 or 6 sacks from Karl Brooks alone. Well, enough about your Bears. Nobody cares. But, Ricardo, what people do care about, again, this is an interactive show. A lot of people watch it online as well.
We are. I'm looking at the YouTube right now and on our Post Crescent website, Brett. Interactive show. We invite your comments and questions through that live chat. That can be found next to our online, our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube video stream. I am monitoring that chat and will relay the comments and questions, both you and Karl.
Mostly for Karl, I'm sure.
Mostly for Karl.
On Twitter or X, I'm at PC Bretzi. You're at Ricardo De Leon. I didn't see Karl if he had a Twitter or X account. And please give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. We post a lot of show information that way as well. So, hey, I actually got a Rams welcome mat for Karl. Karl, you have to stomp your feet when you get up here. Wipe your feet on the Rams logo because that'll give you good luck going into L.A. Then we can begin the show. So that's how that works. So let's get him over here. Tonight's guest. He is in his second NFL season, both with the Packers. He was selected by the Packers in the 6th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Tonight's guest has appeared in all 4 games so far this season with 7 tackles and a quarterback hit so far. Tonight's guest, he's coming off a sensational rookie season. Check this out. Saw him becoming the first Packers rookie with at least 4 sacks and multiple fumble recoveries in a season since Clay Matthews in 2009. Recently enshrined Packers Hall of Famer Clay Matthews. In fact, Karl was one of just 2 NFL rookies in the entire league to have done that last season. Tonight's guest became the first Packers rookie to tally 2 fumble recoveries in a season since some guy named Jair Alexander back in 2018. How about Karl Brooks doing some work, right? Tonight's guest, he played collegiately at Bowling Green, where his 27.5 career sacks ranks 3rd in Falcons history as he went on to earn All-America status. He has his own football camp, Ricardo. He was a member of the Dream Team. What is that all about, the Dream Team? And check this out, tonight's guest, he played wide receiver in high school. A defensive lineman playing wide receiver? We got to find out about that. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers defensive lineman? He is number 94. He is Karl Brooks, everybody. He knew the routine right away, stomping on that welcome mat. That's good stuff. Romeo Dobbs, we had to coerce him to do that. He was just, you know Romeo. He doesn't say much. He's kind of shy. We had to get him to stomp his feet all over that welcome mat, but he finally did it. So thank you for being here. Welcome to the big show. What do you think so far, huh?
Great. It's a nice environment here.
Yes. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. A great crowd here. 2 things before we get started. A programming note, stick around until right at the end of the show, I should say, as we announce next week's guest. And we're going to give you details, again, especially for those online. We have another Packers ticket giveaway coming next week as well. And, Karl, I want to say a very happy birthday to Betty Harris. Where's Betty sitting at? Betty Harris, right there.
Happy birthday.
There she is. So happy birthday to you. 29 years young for Betty Harris over there. So now we can get started. How you feeling so far? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good.
Feeling good? Everybody's in an okay mood right now? Nothing to despair?
Nope. We're still good. Still got high spirits.
Yep. The sky's always falling after a Packers a tough game, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We'll get to yesterday's game and all that stuff. But the Dream Team, huh? You were on the Dream Team. Now, what is the Dream Team, Karl Brooks? I don't think we're talking Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Clyde Drexler Dream Team. What was your Dream Team?
Was that high school or was that?
Well, you don't even know your own Dream Team?
I don't remember. Was that high school?
It was, yes.
Yeah, so Dream Team. I think that was like first team all conference, I believe. They pick a lot of high school players from my area to kind of create this Dream Team.
Yes.
So, yeah.
A member of the Dream Team, the Lansing State Journal's Dream Team, by the way. And Ricardo, the Lansing State Journal, that's a Gannett paper. That's one of us.
That's right. They're like brothers over there.
They are. So I'm sure they're watching tonight. So this is what I'm most intrigued about. Now, you're listed at 6'3", 296 pounds. You're almost at that magical 300-pound mark, right?
Yeah.
How in the world did you play high school wide receiver? What was going on the field? A big dude like you playing wide receiver in high school.
I wasn't 300 pounds all the time. I was about 220 pounds around high school. play receiver, play linebacker, safety, kick returner. Like, it was kind of just everywhere. So.
How did you get? I don't want to say how did you get so big, but how did you pack on the pounds? I mean, that's a lot of weight to be putting on.
Yeah,
now.
definitely college. Knowing where I committed to, their style of defense, they was in a 3-4. I was considered playing like the big defensive end. So typically they want guys around, above 6 foot, around 290 pounds. That's where all that weight and packed on.
So what's the secret? A lot of PB&J, a lot of pizza, a lot of ice cream, a lot of candy bars. Is that how you packed it on?
It was definitely a lot of PB&Js right before bed. I'll tell you that, yeah. Big breakfasts usually, typically in the mornings, and a lot of snacks throughout the day, healthy snacks.
Healthy snacks, right? But
Healthy
those
snacks.
PB&Js, everybody, when they want to gain weight, they just start slamming the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Crustables.
Yeah. There you go. But Ricardo, we cover high school. We do a high school live stream as well. Still, with 6'3", 220-pound wide receiver in high school, that's a big dude.
That'd be a defensive end. In our area. Yeah, that's a big guy.
I mean, so what's going on? Take us back to those the glory years of Karl Brooks, right? We were at J.W. Sexton High School in Lansing, Michigan. There's no way a DB could stick with you, right? They're probably like 5'8", 145 pounds, and you're just shoving them away out of the way as you're going downfield.
Nah, definitely had some good DBs in that conference, but just going to Sexton High School alone, I wasn't just focusing on football. It was track, basketball for a certain period of time, a lot of lifting in the off season. Really got my speed a little bit, I would say, from track, just helping with my form, learning how to run. Playing wide receiver definitely helped, and, just playing both sides of the ball. So it was definitely a grind playing wide receiver, but it was also fun.
I was going to mention this too, and Ricardo, you'll find this interesting. Again, a big dude, right? He ran the 4x1 and the 4x2 and the 300 hurdles in high school track. Now, that is... Both of my sons actually ran those same events, and they're much slenderer than you, let's just say.
Yeah.
I mean, how this big guy, I'm like, what kind of speed? Tell us what kind of speed you had in those events and just overall in high school. You must have been flying around the track as a big guy.
I was. I give a lot of credit to Dan Bogan. He was kind of my track coach back then, and a lot of the trainers I was working with, but definitely flying around. It was fun, though. Like, I just enjoyed it. I didn't look at it as a workout. I just look at it as something I enjoy doing and got better at it over time.
Yeah, track's one of those events, right, or those sports where it's kind of camaraderie as much as it is competition. But that's the thing, right? That's the thing when you come to these genetic marvels when it comes to athletics, right, Ricardo? Something that I'm quite familiar with, by the way.
We're both genetic marvels, really.
I mean, it's just, we're men among boys when it comes to, like, that kind of thing. So let's get back to your high school receiver days. Just one more thing. I got to know. Is there a special play in the Matt LaFleur playbook? Right? I'm guessing you had some good hands, right? You're a big guy, some speed there. You talking to Jordan Love. You saying, hey, come on. I'm here if you guys...
I'm here.
If you need me.
If they need me, I'm here, but I don't think they're going to need me anytime soon. I think they're good over there on offense.
What do you think LaFleur would say if you just walked into his office? Like, come on now.
He'd probably think about it, like a goal line package. I feel like he wouldn't brush it off. I feel like he'd think about it and put it in his thoughts.
Oh, we got to see that sometime. Big 94 catching a touchdown. You think you could do a Lambeau leap? Do you still have the legs, the springs in the legs to get up there?
I did a Lambeau leap in preseason.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when Anthony Johnson caught a pick against the Baltimore Ravens. You can go look at it. Did a Lambeau leap.
Now, listen, we're not talking the short wall, okay?
No, it was the big one.
We're talking the big wall now. You got up there, okay?
Yeah, I got up there. It was the big one.
All right. Looks like he still has it, so... So when you got to Bowling Green then, was it D-line all the way? Or were you trying to persuade them a little bit, saying, hey, I can play a little linebacker, I can play a little wide receiver, coach? I mean, no.
It was kind of over with. I was talking to my parents because they was asking me, like, what did I want to play? And my dad put it this way. He said, you can either give the hits or get hit. And I didn't want to get hit, so I went to go play defense so I can, give out those hits.
Doing the inflicting, right? Well, you obviously had a great career at Bowling Green, and I've read that you also, at one point, maybe would have had a choice to transfer to a Power 5 conference back then, now Power 4, I guess, with the demise of the Pac-12. But you stuck it out in Bowling Green, stayed there. So why not make the move? Why did you stay where you were?
I feel like a lot of those big schools kind of like over-recruited me, so I just felt like my loyalty was to Bowling Green. A school that believed in me from the start, so I wanted to give them my everything, so that's kind of what I did. I did have the choice to transfer, but it was never in my thoughts.
Never even,
Nah.
Well, you could have come to Wisconsin, you know. Well, the Badger fans would have welcomed you with open arms, Karl Brooks, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they didn't recruit me out of high school. If they would have recruited me out of high school, I probably would have.
Yep, see, there you go, Wisconsin. You missed another one. As they kind of do around here from time to time, Ricardo.
That's one lingering thing about that program. They seem to miss a lot of great players, Brett.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in another show. But we want to talk a little bit more about Karl Brooks. So how does a kid from Lansing goes to Bowling Green, gets drafted by the Packers in the 6th round, stick it and make it on the 53-man, and not only make it on the 53-man, but you had a big impact as a rookie last season. That's not easy to do, period, let alone in the 6th round, because sometimes those are borderline guys that can make a team, or certainly practice squad candidates. But here you are, front and center, and one of the key guys on that defensive front. How did you do it? How did you make yourself into what you become?
I would really just say my parents. Mom and dad definitely guided me and gave me the right support at a young age. So I really want to just be thankful for them, driving me around the camps, developing me at a young age, getting better in football, and, being patient with me, and then just, growing into the young man I'm becoming now. It was great. I mean, I really just give a lot of praise to my mom and dad for that, because they always told me, it takes a village to, raise a kid, and I kind of believe that, because, my high school coach was like my second father. The principal was my track and field and high school coach, and I had teachers that was on my butt all the time, so I feel like I had the right support system around me to, get me to where I'm at.
How about the parents, right? A big shout out to all the parents out there. By the way, I saw this little nugget that Karl, the first graduate from a Greater Lansing High School to be selected in the NFL draft since 2017. So I'm sure they are nice and proud of you over there in Lansing, Michigan. You also told the Lansing State Journal this after you were taken by the Packers, quote, "I'm not really trying to go there just to make the practice squad or just to say I got drafted. I'm really trying to go there and make an input on my name and my legacy. I really want to go and take somebody's job and be the best Karl Brooks that I can be," end quote. Yeah, that's a good mentality, a good mindset. First of all, how did you develop that mindset? I'm guessing mom and dad, again, were big on that?
Yeah, like I said, they was just patient with me, because, at first, I was, timid and stuff like that, and then dad got on me, and it just became a domino effect. And then just, the way I grew up, always had that chip on my shoulder to always go out and prove people wrong and things of that sort. So I would just say those things.
A couple more things, and Ricardo, it's your turn for our audience questions, but how do you maintain that mindset today? Because here you are. How do you keep from getting complacent, right? Saying, I did it, I made it, I set out what I accomplished to do.
Yeah, so probably this off season, I've been in my a journal. So I have a 5-minute journal, and then I just write down things that I'm grateful for, and things of that sort to kind of just keep me on the right path, and just really be appreciative of things I have and how fast it can be taken away. I look at every day as a job where I could, be gone the next day. So I want to go always and put my best foot forward. So kind of how I keep that mindset.
I'm just curious, what are you going to write in your journal about the show tonight? What are you going to write about? What are you going to write about me, Karl?
I don't know. We ain't finished the show yet. So now, we're good things.
I'm still there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, finally, last but not least, and then it's Ricardo's turn, but I saw that you hosted your very first Karl Brooks youth football camp this past June, right? At your high school. That must have been a thrill. What was that experience like, giving back to your community? You're still a young guy. You're not that far removed from your high school days, so it must have been kind of surreal to be a celebrity at your high school.
No, I wouldn't say a celebrity, but it was just good just to give back to the kids, because I feel like just in my community alone, football is dying down a lot from when I played Pop Warner to what it is now. I feel like there's not a lot of guys that made it around the Lansing area or even just came back and gave back to the community. So just to have those kids smiling and make their day and take pictures and do autographs and stuff like that from a guy that grew up the same way they did and from where they're from. So just giving them hope that you can do whatever you want to do once you put your mind to it.
Yeah, how about Karl Brooks? Good stuff here so far. All right, enough questions from me. I think we have a couple of questions from members of our Team of the Week, Ricardo. Who are they?
That's right, from Kokana Girls Volleyball. Hey, this is Brenna Mathias. She has a question for Karl. Brenna.
What was the draft process like for the NFL?
Yeah, that was probably the longest and most stressful thing ever because I was a day 3 draft pick, so like I didn't have really no expectations of going first round. So the day 2 came, I know I threw a party with my family and friends, and it was just really stressful that, you know, I'm watching all these other guys get called off the board and I'm still on there. So, and then just having patience to wait till day 3 just to finally hear my name called is probably like the most stressful thing ever.
Good question.
Great question
yeah.
from Brenna. Okay, now it's Ava Reeder's turn. If you want to come over here. Her question for Karl.
What is the biggest adversity you have faced?
I would say high school, kind of early. Coming out of high school, I didn't have the highest GPA to, you know, get a scholarship offer. And there was a lot of things back then where I needed to have the right test scores and have the right GPA to meet the sliding scale. I ended up taking an online class called Michigan Virtual, and it was the hardest thing to do. Just the simple fact that I'm 16 years old, and I dedicated a whole summer just to, you know, trying to get a scholarship offer and finish that whole online summer process. So that was hard. Just at a young age, when I wanted to be outside playing and stuff, I had to be in a library from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so that was probably be the worst.
Good stuff. That's a,
Thank
that's
you,
a
Ava.
long
Thank you,
time in the
Brenna.
library. Yeah.
You girls. Thank you.
Just kind of curious, what was that like, or what was that feeling? Was it a feeling of relief when you finally saw the phone call from the Packers and heard your name? Was it what was that experience like when you saw your name come across the board that you were drafted?
Well, the first thing I saw was the 920 area code, and it said Green Bay. So I had a smile on my face just knowing that I was going to a historical spot. And, you know, just to even get my name called in general and, you know, having somebody believe in me, it was just a great feeling. And, you know, everything's been great since I've been drafted. But just having and seeing my name called, it was amazing. It felt like I don't know, it just felt amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and you're a Lansing, Michigan guy, so you already know these Wisconsin winters. No big deal, right? This upper Midwest stuff. You embrace the cold. You want it to be like the ice bowl outside, don't you?
Yeah, frozen tundra. Need to bring that back.
Yeah, we do, right? Well, it's not so frozen right now. This weather has been unbelievable. So let's take a time out, and it is time for another stat pack. Let's talk about your defensive team. How about Xavier McKinney, right? How about that guy? Unbelievable. He is rewriting Packers and NFL history books. Check this out. With yet another interception on Sunday, McKinney became the first player in team history to post interceptions in each of his first 4 games with the Packers.
That's sweet.
And according to the Elias Sports Bureau, that streak of 4 straight games with a pick is tied for the second longest in Packers history. The record is 5 straight by a guy named Irv Comp in 1943. Mean Gene, you remember that guy, don't you, Mean Gene? Yeah. Irv Comp, right? Furthermore, McKinney is only the 4th player in league history since 1970 to tally interceptions in his first 4 games with the team, and he's the first Packers player with interceptions in 4 straight games since Nick Collins in 2009. How about number 29, Xavier McKinney? Wow. Doing some good work out there. He's pretty nice to have in the back end, isn't he?
Yeah, most definitely.
What has he done for the defense? What does his presence mean beyond just intercepting the football all the time?
Yeah, he brings great leadership just to our defense, you know, and you see it every day with his preparation and how he studies, how he, you know, attacks everything, just as far as everything, his preparation, what he puts into it. And he go out there on Sunday and he do exactly what, you know, he been practicing the whole week. So it's not really a shock, but he's a great player.
Yeah, absolutely. What an absolute impact so far. So, hey, Ricardo, we're going to do trivia again, aren't we? How does it all work?
Yes, we have some rules to win some of these great prizes that Brett's going to show you. We will ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. You're just helping the next person there. And if you're correct, Brett, with the question, what do you win?
We've got some great prizes courtesy of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We have this Jacob Mizorowski Utter Tuggers bobblehead. Mizorowski, one of the top prospects, pitching prospects in the Brewers organization. How about a shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers, right? Playoffs start tomorrow. Timber Rattlers, of course, the high Class A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. And do we know who the Brewers are playing? Have we figured that out yet?
Still
Is it the Mets for sure?
There you go.
That's a piece of cake, right? No big deal there. Better than the Diamondbacks. And we also have the Shannymen Whiffer bobblehead as well. So got a couple great prizes from the T-Rats.
By the way, Brett, AJ over there, he's a Mets fan. I know you are,
hey,
buddy.
AJ, the Mets,
there you go.
Mets are a no problem, my friend, right? Much rather face the Metropolitans than the Arizona Diamondbacks.
By the way, Brett, once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the first trivia question, Carl. If you can see who raises his or her hand first, they'll get the prize, or they'll get a chance to win the prize. We'll do the Jacob Mizorowski bobblehead first. So here we go. Trivia question number 1. The Packers have retired 6 numbers in franchise history. Which number did they retire first?
Oh, you blanked them.
This guy right here. Yeah, come on
Oh.
up. Don Hudson is right. I'll let you give that to him. Jacob Mizorowski. Very, very good. Don Hudson. Didn't they call him the Alabama Antelope, Ricardo?
Is that
I
what he
think
called
so.
him? Yeah.
His number 14, the Packers retired Hudson's number in 1951. And then Tony Canadeo's number 3 was next in 1952. Then Bart Starr's number 15 in 73. Ray Nitschke's number 66 in 83. And then, of course, the last 2, Reggie White's number 92 in 05 and Brett Favre's number 4 in 2015. And again, someday we'll see Aaron Rodgers' number 12 up there as well. So, all right, let's talk. We got to do it, Carl. We got to talk about the game.
Oh, okay.
I know. Don't hold that against me in your journal later tonight, but we have to talk about the game. Hey, Rosie, let's see tonight's Clubhouse Live photo of the night. There he is, yes. I think that's Pac Vader. Pac Vader. That was after another touchdown. He kind of looks like the Rebel Alliance just destroying the Death Star, Ricardo, from Star Wars, but that's the reaction of many Packers fans after the Vikings jumped out to that big lead. And I always ask after a tough loss, I kind of reference it, but what was the mood like in the building today? What was everybody's mood like? Are they kind of dragging their feet, or is it business as usual, we move on?
Nah, definitely, tough to have a loss like that. Just had to go in, watch the film, be critical of ourselves, try to make the corrections, and we got to move on. We still got LA next week, so.
What are coaches like? Are they kicking and screaming as they're playing film, or are they calm and reserved, or are they throwing chairs and punching walls and all that stuff? And what take us in there?
Everything's calm and collect, more of a learning, type of deal, where we're just, fixing the corrections and trying to just be a better football team.
Yeah, well, what the next question then I think everybody wants to know is what the heck happened in that first half, right? That was everybody's reaction, I think. Vikings, 200 yards of offense. Kind of moving the ball at will at times. I mean, what happened as you look at it from your standpoint?
They just got a fast start on us. They came out, they hit some explosive plays. They got on the board quick. 28-0 half came out, and I feel like second half football was a lot better for us. But I just feel like we didn't come out like attacking like we know how to.
So then you mentioned the second half. That was my next question. What happened then? All of a sudden, you really locked them down. You had. Well, I've got it right here. Let me hold on. I've got it on my script. But you held them to a number of punts, three second half points. It was kind of like business as usual from the defense. So what were the adjustments? What were the changes that made? And how do you bottle up going forward, taking that into the Rams game?
Yeah, it was just, halftime came in, fixed the corrections, drew up on the board what they was doing and what we wasn't doing. And went out there and executed, fixed those problems, and, we got 3 and outs. We got the ball back to our offense.
How much time do you have at halftime to really make adjustments? I mean, those are quick.
It's tough because, you got our DC, Jeff, he coming down from the box.
Right.
So it's like as soon as he get in, we start listening. So we probably got like 4 or 5 minutes to talk to him, then talk to your position coaches, talk to your team, and then we back out. So it's really like a 10-minute halftime break for us.
And you can make adjustments on the fly that quickly, huh?
Yep.
It just seems like it's an incredible turnaround. So, yeah, Keyshawn Nixon, our co-host last year here in Clubhouse Live, he said afterwards that it was a case of starting too slow. He said, we have to start faster. So how do you start faster as a defense? What does that take? What does that mean?
Just everybody doing their 111 and coming out and, being on top of everything and communicating and just really communicating and coming on top of things and just knowing what we're supposed to do and, having that fast start like we want, get off the field quick.
So 8 sacks the previous week against Tennessee, right? Everybody was singing the defense's praises, but pressure was tough to come by yesterday against the Vikings. Why was that? Was it just the Vikings blocking scheme? Because when you do see clips, it looks like there was a lot of double blocks going on and it was tough to kind of get through. just credit to them, or is it something more that
No,
you
I
guys can be doing?
definitely gave credit to them. They had a great game plan against us. You know, they was chipping a lot out the backfield, a lot of Dolph protections where they was bringing in number 30 to block. So I give credit to them. You know, they was blocking 8 to our 4 pretty much, and everybody was getting a double, getting chipped. So it's hard to generate pressure that way, but we got to go back to the drawing board and learn how to come up with those Dolph beaters and, you know, in our rushes.
So here's the question: if it's 8 against your 4, you know how this all works, right? I don't know if you're big into social media or not, but there are a lot of football coaches on Twitter, Karl Brooks. A lot of football coaches on Facebook. I mean, they know what you have to do, and to a person, almost everybody is saying the B word. They got to blitz more. They got to blitz, blitz, blitz.
Yeah.
What's your response to that? Because I'm guessing there's more of a complex answer than to just send blitzers all the time, especially when you're kind of banged up in the back end with.
I mean, to be
Jair
honest,
and
I don't even
Carrington.
have Twitter, so I don't have those problems.
Good for you, right,
So,
Ricardo? No more X or Twitter. That's not a good way, not a good place to be. But anyway, your response, because I'm sure it's just there's more to it than just saying, yeah, we're just going to blitz to create pressure.
I mean, we got a great defensive coordinator in Jeff Haffey, who I know is going to come up with some great things for us to, you know, generate pressure the way we want. If we want to blitz, we will blitz. If we don't want to blitz, we're not going to blitz. I mean, it's kind of that simple.
It's that simple, right? I mean, if they're going to blitz, they're going to blitz, right? I mean, it's not up to all the social media experts out there. We talked about the second half there, but the Rams now coming up. So how do you make sure? Sometimes you see it with teams. They have a tough loss, especially to an arch rival like the Vikings are to the Packers, and there's a hangover. Kind of lingers a little bit, but you can't let that happen. You're 2-2. You're 0-2 in the NFC. The Rams are an NFC team. It's a big game in L.A. How do you, as the guys have said before, just flush it out and just move on and make sure that loss doesn't create problems moving forward with the Rams?
I just feel like we got a great team and a great guys in the locker room that, you know, don't sit around after losses. We're actually like hungry and eager to go out there and get a win, get back in that win column. So I don't feel like a lot of guys are going to beat their stuff up too bad. We're going to move on. And, you know, we got, like you said, we got the Rams who's in our conference. So we need to go out and win that game.
Defensive penalties, that was a bit of a problem yesterday. How do you work on that? How do you clean that up? It's not physical practice, right? Or maybe it is, or is it more mental? How do you get better in that area?
I mean, some penalties are going to happen. Holdings are going to happen. It's NFL. Sometimes things get, you know, wild in there where a face mask might get pulled every once in a while. It's just going back to your technique, going back to your training, and, you know, just really being detailed and those type of things. But some of those penalties are going to happen, but, you know, we don't want them to happen. So just got to go work on our technique and just be better tacklers or, you know, not hold as much.
Couple more things, and Ricardo's back to you for the social media question of the night. Kingsley Inigbare afterwards said, quote, "I think we're one of the best in the league, so just the standard we have for ourselves, we didn't live up to our standards," end quote. I've asked this of the guys too, but I'm curious how you define your defensive standards. What are the standards for you guys on that side?
I feel like JJ hit it right on the head. We got high standards, and we didn't meet none of those standards on Sunday. We didn't play good up front like we, you know, known for playing and practicing. We didn't execute the way we were supposed to. We just got to be better in general.
How do you personally unwind after a tough loss? What do you do? You get away from the game? Are you diving right into film right away, or how's that work for you?
Usually, like the 12 o'clock game got over around 4. I didn't really watch no film till I went to bed. I didn't want to beat myself up, so, you know, watched the film right before bed and, you know, got it the next day when we went in for meetings and stuff, so watched it again. So it's kind of over with, and now, you know, going forward and watching the Rams.
Going on to the Rams. So a couple more things. Well, maybe the last thing here. How long until you finally feel like you're fully clicking with the new defensive scheme by Jeff Hafley?
Say that again?
How long until you feel like you guys are fully clicking defensively with? I'm guessing it's still a learning process with this new defense.
I feel like we're understanding the defense. We just got to go out there and really just fly around and attack. I feel like we all have an understanding of what the defense is supposed to look like because we've done it before. And, you know, it's like I said earlier, we just got to continue to, you know, hold ourselves to that standard and, you know, be better.
Yeah, it's funny. People always want that instant this and instant that, but there is a learning curve and it does take time. But, of course, on the other side, the NFL does move fast, and you guys are always hitting the ground running. So how about some more with Karl Brooks? He's doing a good job here tonight hanging out with us. Hey, Ricardo, though, It's your turn, and I know you have tonight's social media question. Then a very interesting question.
It is an
Yes.
interesting question, Brett. Check this out. Cindy Klein on Facebook, she wants to know, when growing up in Michigan, Carl, were you a Lions fan? And if so, does playing for the Packers make you feel a little bit like a traitor?
Uh-oh.
No, I was never a Lions fan, but our household was divided. My dad was a Lions fan, and I was a Vikings fan.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Vikings fan.
All right, that does it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Karl Brooks is done for the show.
Yeah. But I was a fan of like Adrian Peterson, Jared Allen, those guys, Percy Harvin. Like he's the reason why I wore number 11 in high school. So that's probably why.
So you tell me that you live in Michigan, you skip the state of Wisconsin and Green Bay, and you go all the way over to the Minnesota Vikings. What in the heck, Karl Brooks?
It's honestly my dad's fault. It was his favorite team at first, and then I started supporting him, so he went to the Lions, and I just stayed on the Vikings. So it's my dad's fault.
No, that's not acceptable. That's an unacceptable answer. By the way, you hate the Minnesota Vikings now, though, do you not?
Yeah, I hate them.
Yes, there you go. There you go. I tell you, it's a crazy division, though. It's going to be really competitive from top to bottom. But
Most
for
definitely.
having her question selected, Cindy wins a signed photo of Karl Brooks. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it again on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Ricardo, should we do trivia question number 2?
Yes, I need both you and Carl to look out in the crowd for this one. Here we go. Malik Willis, who filled in for the injured Jordan Love in week 2 and 3, posted the second most rushing yards by a Packers quarterback in a single game when he rushed for 73 in the week 3 win over the Titans. Which former quarterback holds that record? Hint, he's a friend of our show, Brett.
We got, well, let's try this. Let's go with this guy right here. Yeah, Don Mikowski gig, yeah. Come on up, get your prize. He gets the bell. Carl, I'll let you give him the whiffer bobblehead. Don Mikowski, Ricardo, the Magic Man. He rushed for a team-high 88 yards to highlight a Packers 24-21 win back in 1990. He also threw for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. By the way, the Magic Man, Ricardo, rumor has it he might be joining us again in the not-too-distant future.
That's exciting. And remember, Brett, he and I are at peace now.
He was.
I forgave him for being over the line.
He was not over the line of scrimmage against the Chicago Bears.
He's over the line,
right?
but I forgive him.
No, he is not. So, hey, Rosie, we need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live, challenge. Sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay in back-to-back years. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. All right, Karl Brooks, this is your big moment, something you can put in your journal tonight. You have a chance to make a lucky fan go home very happy, all right? You have a chance to win some prizes because we are going to play a game, and it's a brand new game. It's called Time's a Tickin'. Okay, Time's a Tickin'. This is a spin-off of our wildly popular How Well Do You Know game, which is a rapid-fire trivia game in which I'll ask you this time 4 questions, okay? And they're going to pertain to the same category, but here's what's different. You'll have just 5 seconds to correctly answer each question. 5 seconds to answer each. What are you smiling about, huh? It's a challenge. That's why we call it the Clubhouse Live Challenge. If you do so, you'll win corresponding prizes for tonight's contestant. He's sitting right over there, by the way. It's Jay Carlson. Yes. Originally from Sister Bay. So you can win up to 4 prizes total for Jay tonight if you get these all right. But you have to earn the right to move through the prize list by correctly answering the question, okay? So if you miss the first question, then that same prize moves to the second question. But if you get the first question, then we'll move to the next prize on the list. So, hey, Ricardo, what do you think about Time's a Tickin'?
I'm going to try to do it. You know, my iPhone here does 5 seconds, so...
Just stopwatch it, right? Can't you do a
sure.
do a stopwatch?
Yeah.
So 5 seconds, he has to... Now, here's the prizes. Here are the prizes tonight. We are going to go with this... check this out. I found this in the closet. This will look good in the basement, the Packers basement. This is a Green Bay Press-Gazette Super Bowl 45 print that you can hang on your wall with Aaron Rodgers and Clay Matthews. We talked about Clay Matthews. We have a signed photo of Karl Brooks that we'll give away, right? We have this Go Pack Go shirt courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite. And check this out, a Packers mini foam football courtesy of our friends at Shields Sports. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of pressure. 5 seconds. Now, you need the category, don't you?
Yeah.
Tonight's category, text abbreviations. You know, everybody's texting. Now, I'm one of those guys, Ricardo, I text fully with periods, complete sentences, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't.
A lot of guys just do like the quick little abbreviations, all that stuff. So
Okay.
are you a prolific texter, Karl?
No, I do the same thing.
Full sentences?
Yeah, full sentences.
Ooh. Well, now that you know that, what do you think his chances are in getting through this game? You think he can do this, folks? You think he can do this? I think you might have more confidence than he has in himself right now. So Ricardo, 5 seconds. Can you keep track there?
I'll do my best.
Now, when I say go is when you start it, okay? So here we go. Number one, text abbreviation number one, and the prize will be this Green Bay Press Gazette print. All right, that's the prize. BRB, go.
Be right back.
Ricardo?
Yes, in 2.65.
He got it. Be right back is correct. How did you get that so fast?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Had to think about it.
You had to think about it, but you got it. The next prize, if you get it, is the Packers Go Pack Go t-shirt or shirt, courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite.
Same category?
Same category
Okay.
throughout the way. Yep. Text
Okay, cool.
abbreviations. Here is the next one. FWIW, go.
FWIW. For what it's worth.
Ricardo?
Just got it in, 4.92.
Wow. For what it's worth.
For what it's worth.
You gotta have to visualize it in your head for what it's worth. But it came to you.
Came to me.
Last second,
That's all that
literally.
matters.
That's all that matters. He got it under 5 seconds. 2 down, 2 to go. What do you guys think so far? The next one is a signed photo of Karl Brooks. Now, you got to get this one.
Get that one right.
You got to get this one. Here we go. IMHO. Go.
IMHO. I don't know.
Oh, Ricardo?
That was over 5 seconds. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, that's okay.
Uh-oh.
It was in my humble opinion.
In my humble opinion.
In my humble opinion. So that means that for the time being, Ricardo, the question number 4 remains the signed photo of Karl
No,
Brooks.
Brett, I thought it was in my honest opinion. So is your question flawed and therefore not count?
I thought it was in my humble opinion.
in my honest
You
opinion?
don't even know. Like,
Pretty
Sure. It
sure.
was humble? All right.
What is it, guys? Honest? Humble? Well, listen how everybody turns against me suddenly.
Give it to him.
Well, we'll see. Let's just see if he gets this next one. This is number 4. IYKYK. Let me say it again. IYKYK.
if you know, you know.
Go.
If you know, you know. If you
Oh,
know,
Ricardo,
you
you got it. What is it?
That was in 2 seconds.
If you know, you know. So right now, Jay has the print, the photo, and the shirt. But here's what I got a bonus question. I was prepared in the event that you didn't get this fully. So this would win all of the prizes, which then includes the foam football courtesy of our friends at Shields, okay? Now listen closely, and Ricardo, when I say go, you start the clock. ICYMI. I'm going to repeat it. ICYMI. Go.
know. In case you missed it.
Wow, how about that? In case you missed it is correct. And how about that, Rosie? Some championship music tonight. Karl Brooks
People text
successfully
like that?
completed. Time's a ticking.
People text like that?
Yeah, I guess I don't do that, but Carl's like, do people really text that? Apparently so. He and I are like actual grammar people, right? We say our regular stuff. But Jay, you got the print. We'll get to you after the show. The signed photo, the Go Pack Go shirt, and the football. How about another round of applause for Karl Brooks? It was tough. What are you pointing at over here? What's going on?
My support system.
What's going on? I thought you just got them all by yourself.
I did.
You did.
I'm just saying hi.
You're just saying hi. Yes, you're just saying hi to the folks. Okay. I thought I heard something going on, Ricardo, but I'm not sure. But you did a good job.
Did a great job.
Fantastic job. And you know who else is doing a great job? Our high school team of the week, right?
That's right.
How about the Kaukauna girls volleyball team, Ricardo? They are our high school team of the week.
Please stand up. Coaches, you too.
Hey, Ricardo.
Come on.
Ricardo, tell us all about the Galloping Ghost.
Listen. This team, which reached the sectional semifinals last year, Brett, they are off to a tremendous start, and they're tied with Oshkosh West for the top spot in the Fox Valley Association. Brett, FVA, as we all know, the best conference in the state, right, for all sports, and for girls volleyball as well. They're at 5-0 in the conference. They're 21-3 overall. They take on, listen to this. So, hey, they're 5-0 with Oshkosh West. They take on Oshkosh West on Thursday in a huge FVA matchup at Oshkosh. And, I want to also single out, where's Maddie Tripp? There she is. She's one of our terrific 10 girls volleyball players. There you go. Stand up. There you go, Maddie. Get some love.
There she is.
And we got to mention the coaches, Jody and Darren Matthias. Can you get it right there? Can you stand up, please? There we go.
There they are.
Yeah. They're co-coaches. Brett, they play in the hardest regional, hardest sectional in the state. This team has a real great shot at making it to the Resch Center for the state championships early November. Best of luck, girls, because you have a lot of talent and can make it there. So here you go.
Yeah, big round of applause for the Galloping Ghost tonight.
And Brett, Dan, if you can make it down there, Dan Powers, if you can make it down there. I also have one more announcement, if I can.
Please, yes.
This is kind of surprising you a little bit.
Yeah.
And at the final table down there, Dan, can you hear me? Dan Powers? No? Can you turn it around? There we go. Final table. I want to say congratulations to Leslie and Adam. They got married 2 weekends ago.
Wow.
So congratulations. And Brett, you'll like this. Brett, you're going to like this.
Yeah.
Leslie is from Michigan, and she's a Lions fan.
Whoa. No. Boo. No.
But Adam, you are a Packers fan, right? Okay, there we go. There we go, Brett. I had to mention them, so.
Adam,
congratulations. Best of luck. Congratulations on your marriage.
What are you thinking, Adam? What's going on over there? I mean, how did this pass the family? I mean, how did they accept her with open arms if she's a Detroit Lions fan? Yeah, better than the Vikings, and he did the right thing. He just zipped his lips. Yep, he has already learned how to navigate through a very successful marriage. But congratulations to them. Boy, we got birthdays, we got teams of the week, we got marriages. What else we got? You got any big news, Karl Brooks?
I don't got no big news.
No big news other than the fact that the Packers are going to beat the Rams, right? Coming up on Sunday, right? So you're a second-year guy, still young. What have you learned being in the trenches with a guy like Kenny Clark? Kenny's one of our kind of our regular guests this year. What's big old number 97 taught you along the way so far?
Go out there and play football, play fast, be confident in what you do. And he told me during the offseason, be confident in the work you put in. So when you come back, you just fly around and have that self-awareness of yourself. And he taught me how to take care of my body, too. I just seen it visually, how he take care of his body and how he go about things.
Listen, Kenny's going to be on here pretty quick again. He was here a few weeks ago. Give us something that we can use against him. Come on now. Give us something that we can just surprise him with.
Next time you see him, tell him he can't beat me in NCAA.
Okay, yeah. I'll write that down right now. NCAA.
Yeah, tell him he can't beat me.
Oh, I can't wait to see Kenny Clark's reaction to that, Ricardo. Hey, you got some online questions over there, though?
One online question, but before we do that, it's Dr. Munoz's birthday today.
Well, another birthday.
Look at this. He's holding his little guy here. We got him. There he is.
Dr. Sebastian.
If you want the best-looking teeth, you go to Dr. Munoz.
Absolutely. Well, happy birthday, Dr. Munoz. But any other birthdays in here as long as we're celebrating? Anybody else? Anybody else get married, huh?
Brett.
Any other Lions fans, Vikings fans, Bears fans?
Right here.
Yeah. You got something, though.
Yeah, from online real quick, Brett. Ronald Russert, he wants to know, is Karl going to see more action with the injury to Devontae Wyatt?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that's a question.
I would hope so.
I'm just saying, relaying what I see online.
How's Devontae doing?
He's doing good. He's in high spirits right now, taking care of himself. He's doing good.
Yeah, it was one thing well, here's a question that I just thought about it, and we talked a little bit about injuries and such, but of course we all saw that Packers legendary quarterback Brett Favre, he came out this last week. He's got Parkinson's disease, and our thoughts and prayers, of course, are with him. That's a horrible disease, and we hope that all goes well for the gunslinger, but you know what you sign up for when you play the sport, right? But how do you reconcile the fact that these things are out there and these dangers are out there, even just injuries? How do you just block that out of your mind and just play football?
Yeah, that's a great question. Right now, for me, I kind of not just try to think about it. To be honest, I know what I signed up with playing football. It's a violent game. It's a gladiator sport. Some might say. You're risking your body and your health every day you go out there. You always pray it don't happen. And never even to your opponent, you don't want nothing bad to happen. But at the end of the day, it's football is what we signed up for.
Yeah, there's just no getting around it. Take us into, you have an interesting job description where basically you're just slamming yourself against another big dude, right? That's all you do. You just boom. What does that feel like, play after play?
Feels great.
It feels great. It doesn't feel great to me. That's like
great.
a collision every play.
Well, playing up front, definitely different from college to the NFL. A lot of guys are, 6'5", 300 and whatever pounds. So everybody's good, everybody's talented. So it's a battle every week. I feel like I get better in my style of play every week. Just, go up against that type of style, even in our practice, because we got a great offensive line to go up against. So I feel like I'll be ready for Sundays.
Leverage is key, isn't it, when you're a defensive lineman? We had Mike Daniels on a number of years ago. He was a popular defensive lineman. He's a wrestler. But just to explain, it's not just a matter of just pushing a guy, but there's technique involved, and there's a way to get them off balance, right, as offensive linemen, to kind of push them out of the way. Yeah,
absolutely. Always, want to keep a base, keep your feet turning, make sure you got extension. So he's absolutely right with the leverage thing.
Yeah, get low on those guys, too. So, well, give us some positives about yesterday's game as we start winding down. Some takeaways that lead you to believe that you're going to be where you still want to be come December and January when it actually does get cold and dreary outside.
Yeah, I feel like some positives just from that game. It wasn't no quit. A lot of guys fought to the bitter end. And it's still early in the season. It's not later in the season where you're fighting for a playoff spot right now. It's still early in the season where you can get those corrections and you can go on a run. So we like where we at right now, just, getting better from the corrections on Sunday, and we got to move on.
No such thing as moral victories, of course, right? In the NFL, victories are what mattered, wins. But what did you take away, or what did the team, what did your teammates, what did you learn from the guys in the locker room when you were able to bounce back from a 28-zip deficit, and you had the ball in your hands with a chance to actually to go ahead? Unfortunately, it didn't turn out, but that was a heck of a comeback attempt. Did you learn anything about yourselves in the fact that you almost completed that comeback?
Yeah, just one thing we learned was not to put ourselves in a hole and try to fight back all the time.
That's a good lesson, yes.
That's a good lesson. Just attention to detail. Executing all the little things because, you never know at the end of the game what the outcome might be. So just, giving it your all every play and, just attention to detail. Attention
to detail is key. Thoughts on seeing that Aaron Jones and that stinking purple jersey, or those colors, right? That's not right. It's like seeing Brett Favre in the Packers or the Vikings colors. It had to be a little bit weird seeing one of your popular teammates running around Lambeau Field with that ugly horn on his helmet there, Viking fan.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of weird. Only playing with him for a year. You know, he was a great mentor for me my rookie year. And just seeing him on the other team, it was kind of weird. But at the end of the day, it is a business and how things go. But, you know, after the game, he's still Aaron Jones and he's still a friend of mine. So
He's a friend of our show. He was our co-host back in 2019. But I don't care what he said. That Lambeau leap that he had at the supposed after the game does not count, Aaron Jones. You were held out of the end zone. Last but not least, keys to beating the L.A. Rams, right? If the Bears can beat the Rams, for heaven's sakes, the Green Bay Packers can beat the Rams.
yeah, I would just say the takeaways is, you know, stop the run, get after the passer, play penalty-free football, and go out there and try to play mistake-free football the best we can. And I feel like we'd be okay with the results.
There you go. How about Karl Brooks tonight, hanging out with us tonight? Well, this is what we're going to do, Karl. We are going to go up north. This is where Ricardo and I make our predictions for the upcoming Packers game. Keep in mind, he's a Bears fan, so take what he says with a grain of salt. But, Ricardo, it's Packers, it's Rams, it's at SoFi Stadium, right? 3:25 kickoff around here, local time? What are you thinking, Ricardo?
To me, and I'm going to keep it brief, and I'll let you finish up with this, it really depends which Matthew Stafford shows up. The one that had that great fourth quarter finish, you know, on the road at San Francisco to rally them past the 49ers. You know, they beat the 49ers. Or the one, Stafford, who threw the pick to end the game last night or yesterday against Chicago. So for me, it'll be the former. Rams win this one, Packer fans.
Uh-oh. Look at Mean Gene. Mean Gene wants to beat you up right now, I think. He doesn't not like you. Well, I tell you what. Somebody's got to do it. No. Listen, we call this the victory visor, right? I am predicting a Packers victory over the Rams, everybody. How's that look? Yeah. How about 31-20? You like that? You'd be happy if you come back home, or is that 20? Is that too many points?
Too many points, but a win is a win.
All right, 31-zip, then that's what I'm going to say. 31-zip. Come on, Caleb Williams, he was efficient. Bears rushed for 131 yards against the Rams. I expect Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, they're going to follow that same offensive game plan. I think the running game's going to have a big day again. And boy, Jordan Love, he was starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm there that second half. He's starting to kind of knock that rust off, and he was looking pretty good. Rams, Ricardo, you know this, their offensive line's a mess.
Well, also, by the way, Logan Bruss started yesterday, the former Kimberly standout for the Rams. Yeah, he's the backup, and he started. But I will say this. They have a pretty good running back. I'm just telling you that Kyron Williams, very good running back.
Well, I'm sure that Karl is well aware of the scouting report already, Ricardo. But offensive line is a mess. Ricardo, their receivers are, they're banged up big
Kupp,
time.
No Puka.
No, or Cooper Kupp either, right? Is he out? So, listen, L.A. has had trouble in the run game protecting the quarterback. Green Bay, by the way, the Packers have owned the Rams recently. I was looking this up. They've won the past 4 meetings and 9 of the last 10 against the Rams, dating back to the St. Louis Rams days. So Green Bay's coming home with a victory. What do you guys think next week? Yeah. All right, a few more things. Hey, Ricardo, what's the Packers News app all about?
That's right, with the exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, that Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete Packers coverage, unlimited digital access to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today, Brett. We need that money.
99 cents. We'll take it, right? Special thank you to our sponsors and friends. First, again, our 2 presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Local IQ. Also, thank you to our segment sponsor, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, the birthday boy over there. And finally, thank you to our supporting sponsors and friends. We have Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and as always, the great folks here at the Fox Club and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Programming note, Packers defensive tackle Kenny Clark is here next week. He is back, so we're going to talk to him about how Karl is better at NCAA football than him. Kenny is one of our semi-regular guests, and folks here and watching online, we will also be giving away a set of Miller Lite deck tickets to the October 13th game between the Packers and Cardinals at Lambeau Field. So you must be present to register and win. Stadium gates open at 5. Admission is free. Fox Club, the show kicks off here at 6:30. So be here for the big Packers-Cardinals ticket giveaway along with Kenny Clark. Before I give you the final word, Karl Brooks, first of all, did you have a good time?
I Yeah.
Second of all, what now will you put in your journal entry about the show that we have reached the end?
No comment.
What? No comment.
Oh!
How is that good or bad, Ricardo?
It's going to be good, but no comment.
It's going to be good. Okay, those are your thoughts. Well, how about your thoughts? And we're going to give you the final word here tonight to these great Packers fans.
Appreciate you guys for coming, and go Pack, go.
That's all they got to say. Go Pack, go. So for Karl, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off. Be back here next Monday night at 6:30 for a big Packers Victory Monday celebration as we look back on that Packers victory over the Los Angeles Rams with Kenny Clark. Also, the Packers-Cardinals ticket giveaway. Again, you must be present to register and win. In the meantime, it's our unofficial mascot, Mean Gene. It's your turn. Take it away, Mean Gene.
Go!